Welcome back, Temple Explorers, to more God of War Chains of Olympus. Now let's continue exploring this wonderful temple. The Temple of Helios. Hey, I recognize this staircase.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
If you're new to the series, and I don't really think this is the playthrough you should be watching, this is going to become a staple of the series.
As Kratos stepped out into the eternal night, much had changed outside the temple. Morpheus grew ever stronger as his harbingers of darkness continued their relentless march.
Okay, so is that not the temple itself? Because we still got more temple to go.
I mean, could all be temple, right?
I think so.
Like you take the temple to get to the temple.
Right. Well, at least it's better than taking ashes to a mountain.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes you want to contemplate whilst you walk.
Well,
and for some reason that's a video game.
Right. That's what modern developers think of as video games. Hey, get off! God, rude!
Hey,
The hell, eat fire.
he just needed a chew toy, okay?
Well, there are all these archers here. He could have one of them.
Yeah, but they were shooting things, and you know, like when somebody throws the stick, you gotta go get it.
That's true. And I'm sure he's a good little Morpheus beast and will go get the stick every time.
Right.
Although I don't see him being that well, he's dead now, but I was going to say before he died, I didn't see him getting too distracted. The hitbox on this thing can be a pain. I actually didn't have too much of a problem this time, but on my original playthrough, it took me a minute.
Yeah. In some fairness, parts of this entire series have that issue.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Moments where you should have succeeded at doing something, but nope, the hitbox didn't work. Damn shame.
Yes.
And Kratos said, "Let me in."
I mean, for Kratos, that was incredibly polite for him.
Yeah, maybe he's in a good mood.
Ah, good point. You never know.
The events of the trilogy have not happened yet, so he might be in an okay mood at this point. You know,
Yeah.
He's still going to be more than surly. I mean, that's just going to happen, but you know,
Right. Yeah.
For some reason you cannot kick these, and I don't know why.
Because it has the bar. I mean, which is just a faulty logic of the game.
Yeah, it's still lame because
It has to push bar, so no kicking.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Like, you could have let me
That's
kick
actually one
it.
of the things that I like. I mean, it's not totally original, but one of the things I enjoyed about kind of the series is like, oh, okay, a new way to push things around, essentially.
Yeah, Ascension, Ghost of Sparta, and 3, pushing blocks is not a problem. They fixed that by that point, but unfortunately in this one and 2, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So if you folks stay with this series the whole way through, you'll get to see a preview of that when we get to Ghost of Sparta, because that's going to come up before 2. And let's run, Kratos, run! There we go. There's a bit in God of War 1 where you have to swim and do something similar to that.
I believe you are correct.
And I'm not looking forward to doing that.
I don't totally remember it, but that feels right.
Yeah. I'm not in love with that idea, but we'll have to do it. And by we, I mean me. I don't have you to play parts of the game this time for me.
True. Not that I wouldn't. I just don't happen to physically be in the same city, that's all.
Exactly. So now we got a little bit of a puzzle, which I much prefer over death traps.
Yeah. Although, I mean, like, this is definitely not the most puzzly puzzle of the series.
No, it's definitely not. And this is another mechanic which we will use a lot throughout this temple. And it took me a while to figure out what button to press. You have to hold the block button before pressing circle.
Ah, got it.
We're going to do that quite a bit throughout this video, and I think maybe a little bit next video. After that, as far as I remember, and I've recorded footage for all the way up through video 5. This is going to be a 7 video series. I don't think we use that mechanic again after this temple until the final boss, where all of a sudden they spring it on you again. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, that's how important it is.
I mean, that's cool. I don't mind them bringing out a mechanic you've been taught to use in the final boss. I actually think that's fine. I just think they should have given you a couple of instances where you needed to use it before that moment.
Oh, no, I absolutely agree. Where it's like, okay, we haven't actually needed this for a very long time, and all of a sudden I need it again? Come on.
Yeah.
But I do like conceptually being like, here is a mechanic for this area.
Yeah.
I don't got any issues with that part.
Agreed.
And in other games that we'll get to those too, where some of the weapons are definitely the right weapon for the situation.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you don't need it anymore unless you just happen to like this one.
Right. This one references Euros the East Wind, which I believe is one of Boreas's brothers. It mentions that in the file about Boreas. So is Boreas a steed of time? Because I always assumed he was a god in this universe. We hear about him several times in these games. We have to free several steeds of time so that we can get a chariot so that we can go find Helios, who we will not see in this game for some reason. And so we will get descriptions for each of them. It's not very important. There's nothing story important. There's occasionally a little bit of lore backstory, but that's about it.
Don't the steeds in a weird way actually pop up in later games? They're just not called out.
I'm not sure if I want to be mad at her or not, because that is a sexy voice. But at the same time, she's nagging.
Oh god, yes.
I'm like, okay, I don't want to be mad at her, but at the same time, she's nagging. Kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't think the steeds show up in another game. And look at that, we got another health meter increase. Haha.
I thought they did. They were like pulling like a chariot with one of the gods.
Oh, I think you're thinking of the thing in 2, which were some giant horses. But I think those are different horses.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll get there. That was on my old channel, the video that got the most views on that channel. I think I got something like 111,000 views on that thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how that one video got a ton of views.
Well, it was just a really good video.
Yeah. I did call it giant horsies, so maybe that's why.
Okay.
So I guess I might have to call the next video when we let those steeds loose. Maybe I'll have to call that giant horsies and hope for the best.
All right.
I'm not sure why the angle changed there after I saved. Kind of weird.
Whatever. Sometimes the camera angles are a little jank.
A little bit, yeah. There's a couple of secrets that you can pick up in this area. We will get them in a little while. But we got climbing to do.
Right.
Thankfully, I've noticed so far as I've gone through the game, and I don't really remember from my first time, there aren't too many situations where I've seen enemies on walls. I can think of a couple, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't think they're too bitchy about it overall.
Yeah, I think they were more bitchy about it in later games, or earlier games, as it will.
Yeah.
But this one...
Yeah, definitely was a mechanic of one of the games where it's like, look at this different kind of fighting you can do.
Yeah, especially God of War 1. I know that was the case a lot. Oh, look, another Gorgon Eye. They're just giving out upgrades like free candy. Free candy from a white van that says free candy on it. So all the little children come running to it. That's a good thing, right?
definitely a sign that it's safe.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You know, free candy should be a good thing. Unfortunately, we all know what that actually means. Leave it to the perverts to ruin everything.
Right.
Dicks.
Diabetes. Assholes.
I mean, diabetes is better than what free candy actually stands for. Don't get me wrong, I don't wish diabetes on anybody either.
Good save.
Now, okay, I will say this. I will say this. The people that drive the PDF file white vans, them, yeah, I would wish like the worst kind of diabetes on them, but typically then I would just wish worse things happen to them.
I mean, diabetes would be really low on the list.
Hey, it would mean they can't eat cake. That's a start.
It's true. It is a start.
Oh, God, Kratos takes forever to open these things.
Especially underwater.
Yeah. I think that last chest would have been an item if we hadn't got everything to this point. I'm not sure on that. The controls aren't too bad for swimming in this game.
I mean, thankfully, yes-ish. Because
Right.
they're still not great, but
It's
yeah.
swimming in a video game. Nothing's ever going to be great.
Right.
Now, I might be changing my tune when we get to God of War 1, and there are several parts in there.
Yeah. Oh, somebody is going to do some bitching.
Oh, yeah. On my original playthrough of that, you did all of those sections.
Yes, I know. And I remember why I did them.
Yes. Although, in my defense, most of these segments I would try, and then I'd give about 2 or 3 tries, and then just toss them the controller.
Yes. And it was humorous.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yeah. You were negatively satisfied several of those times.
I will say this underwater area doesn't look too bad for what it is.
Yes. And I forget, did we get a thing with like unlimited breathing underwater?
Yes, we got that.
Okay.
That was the thing we climbed for. Yeah, this
Got
area
it.
doesn't
Okay.
have the pretty blue that I like in swimming areas, but it's definitely no Abzu, but you know, it's not bad looking.
Well, I mean, some fairness, Abzu was made to be pretty.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oh, man. And speaking of perverts, so I've got something else I want to talk about here. So,
Good time.
yeah, so there's this video game. It's, I believe, an indie game called Lunar Strain. It's kind of similar to that game we did, Killing Antidote, which is on my Rumble channel. You guys should check out if you are 18 or older. Let me in.
Yeah.
But this game actually has built in, you can make your character naked. And, you know, my thought process is, okay, cool. You don't have to mod it if you want to be a perv. You know, I can't judge because I've got a whole Rumble channel mostly dedicated to that. So, you know.
Yeah.
Although, in some fairness, my whole reasoning for trying that was views. To be fair. I just don't mind looking at it. But, you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Right.
All that swelling
And of
music.
course, we're referring to age-appropriate, completely legal perviness.
Of course. That's all we want. And that's... Anyways. So, now I'm not too familiar with this game. Our buddy Titan Gaming did a tryout of this game. And he comes across a file that reads, this girl was put into some kind of stasis when she was 9. 4 years later, she comes out, which would put her at 13.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that 4 years later is present day. I hope it's not. And maybe...
I would think there would literally be legal issues with the game if that were true.
Right. And that's, you know... I'm guessing it's got to be that 4 years later when she's 13 is not present day. That can't be Right. I can't imagine that being the case. But what's disturbing to me, so that's become a topic. Like there's a thread on Steam about it because, you know, other people have seen the same thing. Ty, when he did his video on it, saw the same thing, questioned it, which, you know, is perfectly fair to question. Hey, you can make this girl naked. We want her at least being 18. You know, cover all your bases. Eat fire.
Right.
Asshole.
Right.
So the dev actually replied on there, and all the dev said was, I don't understand why everybody's making a big deal out of this. I answered this question on an FAQ. Go read that. And I'm sitting here thinking, no, dude, if everything's above board, you answer that question right there in the thread. You don't be cagey about that shit.
Yeah, that's good enough reason for me to never even check out the game, to be quite honest.
I agree.
Like, bro, you're being cagey about this, and that's not cool. Like, I'm not going to pretend every country has the same, like, you know, age limit on what's right in that particular country.
Now,
but
from what I saw, she doesn't look 13.
Dude, go with, like, internationally speaking, go with whatever country has the oldest age limit and set your shit to that.
Yeah.
As Kratos entered the cave, Eos, goddess of dawn and sister to Helios, sat above him, visibly weakened by the absence of the sun.
All glory be to Lord Zeus for granting you safe passage to me.
The king of the gods does not aid me, Eos. I am but a slave to Zeus and Olympus.
Save my brother Kratos, and he will convince Zeus to release you and rid you of the horrors of your past. I give you my word.
The gods have broken their word to me many times. Forgive me if I find it hard to believe your promises.
Be that as it may, Kratos. The primordial fire is almost out. Without Helios, the life-giving light of the world cannot be sustained. If you do not find him, only darkness and death awaits all of us.
Where has Atlas taken him?
I do not know, Kratos. Follow the passage out of the cave. Retrieve the fire and it will light your path to the remaining steeds. They will guide you to their master. They will take you to my brother. May you go with the speed of Hermes, ghost of Sparta.
I do love that voice and those age-appropriate boobs. Always nice. But no, I do agree. At least go with some international acceptable standard for age. And maybe she is. Like I said, maybe that's not current day, that file. But the fact that the dude was being cagey in a comment section, to me, is worrying.
Yeah, like, bro.
Yeah. So, not sure about that one. But beyond that, I did find it funny in that cutscene. Kratos is talking about how the gods have betrayed him many times. I guess at this point he already knows Ares has betrayed him. I don't know if that's what he's talking about or if there were other moments. He did say many times. Seems like something that would have come up, you know, in a well put together first story like Ascension should have been. Reason we're not doing that one as part of the series.
I mean, technically it's there. It's just a really old video.
Yeah, true. It will be in the playlist.
Right?
Yeah.
There. You did it. You played the game.
Exactly.
You completed the game.
Yeah, it's just not part of this replay series.
Right. Just not going to replay a game
that's just
kind of meh.
Yeah. And by the way, if you guys like this video, be sure to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and subscribe to my Patreon and Rumble channels. Or YouTube if you're watching this on Rumble.
Indeed.
Yeah. More reading pleasure for those who want it. Oh. I told you about this. Eagle! Wait, hold on. Eagle!
Excellent. See, and I told you you'd be able to get to it at some point later.
And I was going to put in the soundbite from Scrubs, but I'm too lazy.
Oh, hell yes.
I just didn't feel like doing it at the moment.
That's right. And to everybody who's watching, if you don't enjoy Scrubs, you can just go ahead and fuck right off.
Exactly. Because that is a damn good show.
Not that last season that we don't talk about, but the rest of it, yes.
All 8 seasons were good. I don't know what you're talking about. All 8 seasons. All 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic 8 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of shows don't get 2 good seasons. So, hey.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Hell, most shows these days don't get a good first season.
Shit. Most shows these days don't even get a good episode.
So fair.
Yeah, I don't succeed at this all the time, as you can see there. That's a mechanic I'm going to have to get good at some point because it is necessary for a boss that I'm going to have to deal with in video 6.
You know what would help if those shields were from IKEA?
Resident Evil 4 reference again on my Rumble channel.
Right.
So I do sit here to try to practice this a little bit. It's more miss than hit, but occasionally I do pull off one of these. And then we got a new magic attack, which I'm going to show off as well.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's a shame when they were making Ascension, they didn't look back at these other games and say, okay, well, let's make a story that at least, you know, feels like part of the series. Like this is a prequel and it still feels like part of the series. Like, it's a side story.
This definitely has I blend in with the rest of the full storyline.
Yeah. And then by the time they got to 3, they actually reference events from this game. So it all works out. Now, Ascension was never going to have that luxury, but yeah, it would have been nice if they looked at that and said, oh, the gods betrayed Kratos multiple times. Okay, well, maybe we should touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, like Kratos might mention that.
Yeah. There's like a couple moments in that game where there are actually moments where it feels like, okay, you're trying to kind of set the stage for what's to come. And those moments are all right, but everything else is just kind of there. And it would have been cool if that story was only part of Ascension. I think there should have been a mix of that and how Kratos came to work for the gods. And having him meet at least Athena. That could have been pretty cool. Yeah, we got more magic. And we only have one more bar to go for each.
And it also appears that you have quite a few red orbs. So I hope there's something done about that soon, too.
There will be, yes. So I've recorded everything through video 5. I have everything that I've got maxed out. There's only one other item that we will get probably in video 6. I know, Eos. I know, God. I like your voice and all, but fucking hell, your nagging is annoying. Jesus Christ, woman. Let a brother fight. But yeah, so I've got so many orbs, and I end video 5 with 22 or 23,000 orbs, which has to be enough to max out that last thing we're gonna get. So yeah, after that point, I'm probably just not even gonna bother picking up any orb chests.
You know you can't say that with me, right? You know this is not allowable.
It depends, because some of them do contain, especially the ones that had items in them, do contain some magic and health orbs. So Geronimo! It might be worth picking those up.
You know you will be endlessly harassed if you don't.
Well, you know what? All I will say is get over it. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's and like
I won't.
And you asked, so here you go.
Yay.
I believe this is the max level.
Let's see.
We're about to find out. It will in a second.
Yeah, that's max.
There we go. So yeah.
Yep.
Blades are maxed out.
Yeah. As they should be.
Yeah. I was worried about not having enough to max out the next weapon we're going to get, which won't be till video 5. But no, I had plenty. Plenty of orbs. This game throws them at you.
Yes, which again is a desirable state.
Agreed.
From a more casual player's perspective.
Now, obviously, if you're playing this on even normal mode, then I'm sure you're not going to be upgrading quite as quickly as I am, but still, you'll get plenty of orbs to upgrade everything.
like, isn't it still pretty generous even on regular?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You are not hurting for orbs, even on normal.
Not in this one.
Yeah. I'm not sure
gonna
about
say
the other
that's
games.
True for all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, we will
Some of
be.
the other ones, you get a little frustrated because you're like, I want to upgrade shit.
Yeah.
I want to upgrade shit.
And I did look for pots. I didn't find any. So, anyways, we can go back to this weird looking lift that totally would exist in ancient Greece.
Right. That operates on Helios sunlight.
Yeah. And this is one of the highlights of the game for me, is this part. Bugs. Bugs that we're gonna squish. Eat sandal. As much as I'm going to hate harpies in this series,
Yes.
trust me, this is cathartic.
Yes, it is.
We will see them.
Especially later on.
Yeah, we'll see them later on in this series, and they're not fun to deal with.
Yeah.
Much less God of War 1 and onward. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this while I can. Plus, building up a nice orb counter,
Yes.
because you do get orb bonuses the larger the hit combo you get. I don't know if you were intended to be able to do this, but it would be nice if every game had at least one section like this where you could really max out your combo meter and just have fun wailing on some enemies. Yeah, see, more moments like this are fun. Just endlessly killing things easily. Well, that was fun.
The way, I don't know, a God of War should.
Agreed. 100% agree. Just like that pot. I'm sure it would agree too if it wasn't in
Right.
pieces.
I saw it looking at you kind of dirty.
Well, you know what?
Giving you some side eye.
Yeah. Every now and again, you gotta give the side eye. It's still better than the stink eye.
So true.
See, I was waiting for you to bitch about that chest.
Oh, I kind of figured you had your little rhythm of I'm going to get the pots first and then get chest. That's why I wasn't bitching.
Oh, no, I didn't see it at first. And then I was like, wait, there should be a chest over there. And so I went back for it.
Oh, wow. Look at me just having faith in you. That was a mistake. Never again.
We got it in the end, as well as another Phoenix feather. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Well, actually, first we're going to upgrade. Never mind. And I'm going with the Light of Dawn because I know of a situation where I'm going to need it. Although it doesn't come up by the time I have everything maxed out, so it doesn't really matter. But I decided to upgrade that one some more.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I could have sworn you had at least one leveled up everything, but
Well, I have now. So,
yeah, I was going to say, now you have, but
Yeah.
for some reason, in my head, you had already done that.
thanks for watching. We'll see you next time with more God of War Chains of Olympus.